New for AccuSQL and Accu2017 is the tutor availability option. Tutor availability enables tutors to log in typically through Web Gateway to set their own available or preferred schedules. Once those schedules are submitted, then an AccuSQL admin will go in, can view, modify those schedules accordingly, and then approve those schedules. Once those schedules are approved, then they can be used as the regular semester schedule for the tutors. And then later I'll show you how tutors can add custom schedules over top of their regular schedules. So I'm logged in here as an admin, and I thought we could learn by doing. So I'm going to start and create a tutor. Let's say it's a math tutor, and then I'm going to use Web Gateway for that tutor to enter a schedule, available or preferred schedule. Then I'll go back into AccuSQL, view that schedule, maybe edit it, and then approve it as an admin, and then I will show you how that builds Brenda's regular schedule. After that, I'll go in and show you how custom schedules work. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is create a tutor. Let's say Brenda Smith, and save it. And I said she's a math tutor, so I'll just add math classes for this tutor for my activity assignments. All right, so now Brenda has math classes assigned to her, but I haven't entered any schedule at all. So now I'll open Web Gateway, and I'm going to log in. Oh, I guess I need to, let me add a password here, because I need a password to log in. So I'll set Brenda's password to the same as her ID. Then I'll log into Web Gateway right here. And this main tutoring center, that's the database that I was just on in AccuSQL. All right, so now I'm logged in as Brenda, the tutor I just created, and I'm going to click Schedule Availability here. Now here's where Brenda can build her preferred or available schedule. If I create a preferred time, you'll see back in AccuSQL it'll be P for preferred versus A for available. So what I can do is just click Add for the various days of the week. I'll just say from 8 till, how about 4? That's a preferred time for Brenda. And I'll add an available time for, say, 9 to 2. Wednesday we'll go 8 to 4 again. And how about another 9 to 2? All right, and then I'll save that schedule. Now before I leave this menu, I want to show you at the top where it says Spring 2017 semester until February 28th, 17. Well, where is it drawing that date? Back in AccuSQL, in my add-ons setup, Web Gateway options, it's collect availability data from tutors for the current semester, Spring 17, and then for how long in advance I want them to be able to set those schedules. You can see it says February 28th. That's why I have February 28th here. All right, anyway, I'm back to AccuSQL. I've created Brenda's preferred and available schedule. Now I'm going to go to Sign In Setup and then Schedule Builder. And down here I have Brenda Smith. So here's Brenda Smith. Now I can click her record and it will show me exactly the schedule that was submitted by Brenda. So preferred time from 8 till 4, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, 9 until 1, or excuse me, until 2 is available time. But now back in my schedule builder, and by the way, I can just go through the various days of the week and look at the schedules for those tutors. All right, so I'm going to look at Monday first here. And by the way, I can change resolutions if I want to look at hourly or every 15 minutes. If I do something greater than 20 minutes, I believe it is, then I would have to side scroll to see those additional schedules. All right, but I'll go back to my 30-minute resolution. And I'm looking at Monday here for Brenda Smith. And you can see it's preferred, but then I can add assignment here. I'm basically just going to drag in the grid. And now I've approved Brenda's schedule. Okay, I can save the draft on that. If I save draft, that means I'm building it, and I continue to build it until I'm done with it, at which time I'll set it as the default. But we'll go here and pick Tuesday and approve that for Brenda. Wednesday, and say Thursday. All right, now I've saved the draft, but saving a draft just means I'm working on the schedules in here. It doesn't mean that I've set them as the default schedules yet. Now, if I go back and look here at my Brenda Smith tutor, and then look at her schedule, well, you can see she has no schedule at all yet. That's because it's still a draft. But let's go ahead and go back and set that as the default schedule. All right, now once I've done that, let's go back and look at Brenda again. So what I've done is posted those schedules, approved those schedules as the tutor schedule. So you can see there, Brenda now has a regular schedule for the ones that I just approved. All right, another feature here back in my schedule builder is I can have multiple different tutors open at once. So I can click on Cindy, but then if I go back here, I can pick another tutor, Harry, let's say, and that way I have multiple different screens open. So there's Cindy and there's Harry. So I can work on multiple tutors at once. Okay, these are preferred and available times. Now if I want to add some more available or preferred time for a tutor, I can merely drag in the grid here. And then back in my other screen, I may have to close it, I'm not sure. There's my Cindy Bright, and I've added her schedule. So it's just that simple. There's available while I want to assign it. It's assigned, and I continue until I've approved the schedule. Now if I don't want to give her those hours, I just merely don't assign them. And then I can use as default schedule. Again, I repost that schedule, if you will. I go back and look at Cindy Bright. There's her regular schedule. All right, so that's how you can build the regular schedules in Web Gateway. Now let's go look at the custom schedules for a second. I'm going to go to Set Appointment or View Appointment, either one, and then my Setup tab down here. And I've got an option that says allow tutors to change own availability X days in advance. All right, so how many days in advance can a tutor create a custom schedule is the way you can think of that. All right, and I'm going to go back home now, and then I'm going to click Custom Weekly Availability. Okay, now this shows how far in advance I can set that schedule. You can see I can't do up to April, but I'm going to say the week of January 2nd, let's say. I'm going to add an hour to Brenda's time, and I'm going to let her work till 7 p.m. I guess I'm being mean about it. And here I'm going to say, well, 11 to 8, and save that. Okay, so now I've added a custom schedule over top of Brenda's semester schedule. I go back and look at my user tutor Brenda Smith here. And let's look at her schedule again. So now she has that regular schedule that I used, that I set up, I should say, using the first method, but now here's her custom schedule, and you can see it added the additional time that I created for that custom schedule. Okay, back to the schedule builder now, and I can broadcast the schedule, and it says there are 33 tutors on the list, so it's an all or nothing kind of thing. Once I'm completely done, I broadcast those schedules, and it will send the schedule assignments to every tutor. Okay, you can see Cindy Bright, it's going to run through my tutor list real quickly and send emails to everyone. And here's my tutor assignment proposed schedule for Brenda Smith, I believe it was. So 8 to 4, 9 to 2, 8 to 4, 9 to 2. A few other options. I can look at course coverage here, and then I can look at the various days of the week and click on them. So I'm looking here on Mondays for the spring term. I have an 8 o'clock block that has Cindy and Brenda assigned to it. So I can go through and look at the various assignments that my tutors have. I could look at it for just a particular activity if I wanted to, and it would update accordingly. So now only Cindy has those assignments. That's because Brenda was a math tutor. I think Cindy has all the assignments. tutor availability, I think we've looked at that. This shows the tutor assignments, and then I can remember add if I want to augment the time that Cindy put in, for example. I save it, and then I go back to my schedule builder, and it reflects that schedule right here that I just added. Now, I wouldn't have to do that if it was strictly done through Web Gateway, but I'm kind of showing you how an admin has the ability to override and set a custom schedule over top of their proposed schedules. I go look back at Cindy for Tuesday now, and you can see it's added that extra hour that I put for Monday and Tuesday. All right, so it's just that simple. All right, so the takeaway is using Web Gateway, tutors, advisors, or staff, I'm just using tutors as terminology, can log in through the browser, through any device, so they can even use a portable device, set their own schedules, their proposed, preferred, or available schedules. The AccuSQL administrator or anyone that can get to this back-end schedule builder screen. Again, that can be controlled through an access group, of course. So if whoever I assign to having schedule builder access will then be able to go in and go to the schedule builder in order to approve those submitted schedules.